Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Lakers are looking to build a very strong roster, with Luka Doncic as their biggest star starting next season, as LeBron James is close to retirement. And the Lakers executive's goal is to sign young, athletic players with star potential. Rumors: center Nic Claxton is the Lakers' biggest wish for next season. The Los Angeles Lakers games against the Minnesota Timberwolves have shown just how imperfect the Luka Doncic and LeBron James lineup is. One big issue is that the Lakers are struggling to protect the rim. Jackson Hayes has looked ineffective. There's plenty of time for this series to change for the Lakers. On the other hand, if Los Angeles suffers an early exit in the 2025 NBA playoffs, it won't be long before the focus turns to the offseason and major changes are made. Lakers pitched to rejuvenate career of Nic Claxton. Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report wrote an article earlier this month highlighting 10 of the major trade block candidates for this offseason. That write-up also included 10 proposed trades to go with each of those targets. Buckley connected the Lakers to a trade with the Brooklyn Nets involving Nic Claxton. The deal would go as follows. Los Angeles Lakers receive Nic Claxton. Brooklyn Nets receive Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, future first-round pick. Bucky wrote the following as the Nets' reasoning to do this trade: despite the losing, they're woefully short on young, blue-chip talent. This asset-rich return could help change that, no matter if Brooklyn would view Dalton, Knecht and the draft picks as keepers or trade chips. On the Lakers' end of the equation, this one is tricky. The reasoning suggested by Buckley for Claxton being a good fit was the paint protection and play finishing that could be provided by the Nets center. That part makes perfect sense. The 26-year-old is exactly the type of big man who would fit extraordinarily well with Doncic too. However, after the Nets handed Claxton a 4-year, $97 million contract in the 2024 offseason, the value needed to match that from the Lakers' end is questionable. The good news is that the two-way center is on a contract that will be declining in value with every upcoming season. The last year of Claxton's deal would feature him making $20.9 million in the 2027-28 campaign. The tough sell here is giving up Rui Hachimura as a part of this deal, alongside the already sizable hit of Knecht and draft capital. The Lakers' forward is as important of a role player as anyone on this roster. Claxton, theoretically, ticks a lot of boxes for the Lakers. However, the price tag of Hachimura makes this deal largely undesirable. There are alternative financial routes that the Lakers can explore to complete the addition of the athletic big man, without including their versatile forward, that make this potential deal a much better one for Rob Pelinka and company. Lakers win Game 2 with formula that no other team can possibly compete with. A confidence-restoring win. The Los Angeles Lakers entered Game 2 of their first-round series against the Minnesota Timberwolves with their backs against the wall. Minnesota took a commanding 1-0 lead by blitzing Los Angeles and never looking back, ultimately securing a 117-95 win. During a significantly more competitive Game 2, the Lakers relied on what got them to the dance, and won 94-85 in a game that legitimized their grand ambitions. Los Angeles finished the 2024-25 regular season in the top half of the NBA in both three-point field goals made and three-point field goal percentage. Although not an elite team in that area, they created efficient shots and buried them at an impressive rate. During Game 2 against the Timberwolves, however, the Lakers couldn't seem to remember how to shoot from beyond the arc. Los Angeles finished Game 2 shooting 6 of 29 from beyond the arc, good for a mark of 20.7%. It was difficult to watch, as the Lakers' dependable shooters looked lost whenever they were tasked with spacing the floor. When all else failed, however, the Lakers were able to trust that their formula for success remains unrivaled: play through Luka Doncic, finish through LeBron James. Luka Doncic paces the Lakers, LeBron James closes games out. Doncic saved the day in Game 2, pacing the Lakers through 3 quarters on a night when few others could get anything going. He finished with 31 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, and a block, applying and sustaining pressure on the Timberwolves' defense from start to finish. It was the gutsy performance that the Lakers expected when they traded for him, and have now been rewarded for positioning him to provide. James' showing included ebbs and flows, but he stepped up when Los Angeles needed him most. He finished with 21 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block, and a steal, scoring 6 of the Lakers' mere 13 points in the fourth quarter. That included what effectively amounted to a clinching bucket with 2:40 on the clock. He then assisted Knetch with 49.0 seconds remaining, thus putting an end to the Timberwolves' comeback and securing a crucial Game 2 win. It was a clutch showing by the Lakers' franchise players on a night when others continued to struggle. Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves admittedly took a step forward overall, combining for 27 points on 11 of 23 shooting, but they also shot a cumulative 0 of 8 from beyond the arc. Thankfully, they helped spearhead a dominant defensive effort that positioned Knetch and James to take over as only superstars can. It was a grind of a game from beginning to end, with neither team allowing the opposition to generate offensive momentum. That was a welcome change from Game 1, when the Timberwolves scored 117 points on .512/.500/.800 shooting. Los Angeles desperately needs to figure out how to generate efficient offense, but when all else fails, Knetch and James have the capacity to be an unrivaled duo. Luka Doncic says Lakers didn't change game plan from Game 1, just played more physical. A more aggressive Lakers team won Game 2 against the Wolves to even their first-round series. In their first matchup against the Wolves in this series, they were physically outplayed and blown out. In the rematch, they were the ones bullying the Wolves. They held the Wolves to 85 points, stopped Anthony Edwards and cruised to victory. After coming out on top of this must-win game, Luka Doncic threw cold water on the idea that Los Angeles came out with a different game plan for success. "No, we did the same game plan," Luka said. "We don't really change much. It was just a question of if we're going to be more physical or not. I think we showed that. We were there for 48 minutes. We got up big in the first quarter, learned from the last game and just stuck to it. Underscore 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 underscore. LA's physicality showed up not just in the final score, but all over the stat sheet. The Lakers were able to out-rebound the Wolves 41-34, broke even in the points in the paint department and forced Minnesota to shoot 20% from three-point range. Dorian Finney-Smith mentioned needing to reduce three-point attempts after Game 1, and the Lakers did that with the Wolves going from 41 attempts down to just 25 in Game 2. The Wolves making just 5 three-pointers was a season low for any Lakers opponent. While Luka says the Lakers didn't change their game plan, Edwards would certainly disagree. He mentioned that the Lakers' defense confused him and the coverages were something he'd never seen before. In the end, it was likely a combination of the two. The Lakers came out with physical toughness, mixed that in with some different defensive looks, and they were able to win and even this series up. The key for the Lakers is to keep this standard of play going as this series heads to Minnesota. That won't be an easy task, as the Wolves fans will certainly create a hostile environment, but the Lakers have proven that if they come with the appropriate toughness, they can beat this team. Now, they just need to do it 3 more times. What LeBron James is doing changes LA Lakers' demands for Luka Doncic, claims Kendrick Perkins. NBA analyst Kendrick Perkins believes LeBron James' defensive commitment was the key factor behind Luka Doncic's breakout performance in the Los Angeles Lakers' crucial Game 2 victory. The Lakers evened the series with a 94-85 win over the Minnesota Timberwolves, powered by Doncic's near triple-double of 31 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. Kendrick Perkins believes LeBron James set the tone for the Lakers defensively all night. According to Perkins, Luka Doncic's offensive explosion was directly enabled by LeBron's extraordinary defensive versatility and effort on the other end of the floor. This was the best game Luka has had since he's been a Laker. From top to bottom, Perkins explained on the Road Trippin' podcast. Bron set the tone defensively, all night long. He started off guarding Anthony Edwards, all of a sudden he's guarding Julius Randle, then I saw him guarding Rudy Gobert. The former NBA champion continued, I say okay cool, Bron is being asked to do so much, you need Luka to be that aggressive offensively. While LeBron James still contributed significantly on offense with 21 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists, his defensive impact proved game-changing. The 39-year-old superstar showcased remarkable versatility, guarding multiple positions and even serving as the Lakers' de facto center when they deployed smaller lineups. When Jackson Hayes was subbed out for Dorian Finney-Smith, James seamlessly slid into the center position defensively, handling matchups against Gobert while still executing switches perfectly against perimeter threats like Edwards and Naz Reid. Perimeter defense delivers dramatic turnaround. LeBron's defensive leadership produced dramatic results for LA Lakers, particularly from beyond the arc. After Minnesota torched the Lakers with 21 three-pointers at a blistering 50% clip in Game 1, James helped hold the Timberwolves to a dismal 20% from deep in Game 2. The defensive transformation was most evident in Minnesota's key scorers. Reid managed just 1 three-pointer, while Edwards and Randle were limited to 2 apiece. For Lakers fans, this performance showcases the potentially championship-level ceiling of their revamped roster when Doncic's offensive brilliance combines with LeBron's defensive leadership. Lakers' Rob Pelinka shuts down disrespectful Luka Doncic. Rumor Mavericks have spread. Pelinka played the Mavericks like a fiddle. Rob Pelinka, the general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers, played Nico Harrison and the Dallas Mavericks like a fiddle in February when he acquired Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. Pelinka was able to keep the cost down by talking Harrison into the risks of taking on Doncic, not being able to speak to his agent ahead of time because they wanted to keep secrecy, and because Harrison had no idea what Doncic was worth. Part of the reason Harrison says he traded Doncic is because of Doncic's conditioning and work ethic. Patrick Dumont even said in the immediate aftermath of the trade that they want people who work hard like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, and Shaquille O'Neal. Somehow, Shaq was name-dropped in that. Dallas made it seem like Doncic was a fat, drunk pig, as a friend of Doncic said to ESPN's Tim McMahon. I tell you, he's been a great leader in the gym every day, working hard at his craft, Pelinka said before the Lakers' Game 2 matchup in the first round against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Obviously, you can't be one of the best players in the world without putting in the work. Dallas trying to discredit Doncic's work ethic was what drove many fans and players insane. He made 5 first-team All-NBAs in a row in his first 6 seasons. You don't just show up and do that. Doncic has been working at this since he was a kid and pushed through injuries to lead the Mavericks to the NBA Finals last season, but they still want to act like he didn't work. Rob Pelinka probably blocked Nico Harrison's phone number as soon as the trade was made, because he likely knew how badly he swindled Harrison for one of the 3 best players in the world. It gave the Lakers a chance to reset their clock once LeBron James retires, while the Mavericks likely won't be contending for championships anytime soon.